So today we are on Dataw Island, just outside of historic Beaufort, South Carolina. This is a private gated island community which combines golf and boating and racket sports and so much more for an extraordinary lifestyle. This is where historical charm meets natural beauty. And today we are going to explore all the facilities, the amenities, the lifestyle, and of course the homes. So don't go anywhere, let's get started. Do you want to know everything there is to know about the South Carolina Low Country, whether it's Bluffton, Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, or Jasper County? Then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know about the current market here. My name is David Simcox, host of the channel and a local realtor. I get calls and emails every day from people just like you and you looking to make their move here, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're making your move in 3 days, 3 months, or 3 years, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or book a Zoom call, all in the description below, so I can help you find your low country lifestyle. Now today we are in Dataw Island, which is just outside of Beaufort, South Carolina. This is a private gated island that has amazing golf facilities. They've got their own marina. They've got incredible racket sports. They have several restaurants. They've got all kinds of activities to do, tons of clubs that you can join. They've got a full event calendar, so you really won't have any problem plugging in socially. And it is on the site of an old historic plantation. So there's some really cool old historic ruins that we're going to take a look at. I don't want to spoil everything for you, but that's just a taste of what we're going to look at today. Let's go ahead and get started right now. Now, as soon as you come onto Dataw Island, the first left takes you across the bridge to Oak Island Nature Preserve and Dog Park. All right, so now I'm at Oak Island, and Oak Island, as you can see, has a dock over here, and they also have a dog park. And if I come over here to the sign, you can kind of get a feel for what Oak Island looks like. But this is a beautiful nature sanctuary, and we're gonna walk out and check these out. Here on Oak Island, I find this gorgeous oak tree. All right, guys, I've made it to the end of this trail, and I've made it out to this dock. And there are actually multiple docks all around this private island, giving you access to the waterways all throughout. This is so beautiful out here. I'm gonna take a walk down this dock and take you along for the ride so you can see this incredible view down on the end. All right, we made it down to the end of the dock, and you guys tell me, is it worth the view? This is so beautiful out here, and we're just getting started. There's so much more to explore on this private island. I'm gonna head back to the trailhead and see where we go next. All right, so we're still out on Oak Island, which is like a nature conservancy on Dataw Island. They've got all the hiking trails, they've got the dock, and they have this really cool dog park area. So if I were a dog, I would be wholly satisfied to be playing in a dog park like this. All right, so now I'm at the community dock and kayak launch area, and you can see all these kayaks over here. And let's take a walk over here to this dock and take a quick peek Now, I already showed you one dock, and I think you're starting to get the theme that, hey, we're on an island. There's actually a lot of docks around here. So there's going to be some amazing water views from a lot of different areas. And if you look over here, these are actually where people keep their crab pots. This is the official crab trap storage area. So if you want to do some crabbing and you want to go out and you want to catch dinner for tonight and want to have some crab boil, this is your opportunity. So let's look out here, and looks like we have a friend hanging out on the dock, Mr. Bird. That's not his official name though. You can see some of the houses have private docks, but if you don't have a home with a private dock, don't worry. Lots of dockage over here, lots of access to the water, nothing to fear. Looks like we're at kind of low tide because you can see the pluff mud over here, and you can see some of the oyster shells in the water, and that mud is all kind of wet. So this is all going to fill in as the tide comes up. And I don't know if you can see off in the distance, but you can see the golf course actually runs right along this waterway. And here you've got a floating dock that goes down, and just below me, that's the kayak launch. It makes it real easy to get in and out. It's got the railings, so you can just pull yourself up and pull yourself down. So anyway, lots of access to the water. Like I said, you're on an island. It is very beautiful out here. Let's keep going.
Now, as I drive down Dataw Drive, I want to remind you Dataw Island is a gated golf, tennis, and boating community located about 6 miles east of the historic low-country town of Beaufort, South Carolina. Between Hilton Head, Savannah, and Charleston, it's close to the beach, shopping, history, and all kinds of other activities. Dataw Island has 2 scenic golf courses by Tom Fazio and Arthur Hills.
So right here on Dataw Island, this was the site of the Sam's Point Plantation, which dates back to the 1700s. And some of the ruins are still out here. And I'm going to take you over here and show you. There is the remnants of the old plantation house right over here. They say that there were, I think, 4 slave quarter or enslaved people quarter houses out on this site. After the Civil War, the former enslaved folks actually lived here at this facility as freed men. This is pretty amazing. This right here, they say this was actually the kitchen. So all around me, this used to be one big giant house. And of course it's crumbling away with time. And right in the background, you've got golf and tennis and everything else going on out here. But yeah, this used to be a working plantation back in the 1700s. All right, and here behind me is the community gardens. So if you've got a green thumb and that is your thing, there will be other like-minded individuals here that you can garden with. So this is a cool building behind me. This is actually the History and Learning Center. And when I walked up to the door, there's actually people in there, and there's a lecture going on, and they're talking about the history and genealogy of different families from this area. So really, the people that live here, a lot of them have a deep appreciation for the history of this place, kind of like we saw the ruins over there. And you know, so it's not all just about golf and tennis and swimming and boating. There is a deep tie to the history of this location. So inside this building behind me is a little community library, and it looks like a log cabin inside. It's so pretty. There was a couple of ladies in there doing a study together on a book, so I didn't want to go in there and film and bother them, but I did actually go in and talk to them, and they were extremely friendly. I just didn't want to film in there, but if you need a book or you need a quiet place to just hang out and read and slip away, this might be the spot at the community library. All right, and now I'm just outside the clubhouse, and the clubhouse is home to the restaurant, the bar, a bunch of different meeting rooms, the sports facility. So they've got all the tennis, the pickleball, they've got the golf pro shop, they've got the golf practice facility over here, they've got bocce ball, they've got croquet. They've got all kinds of things over here. So we're gonna explore around and get a better feel for it right now.
When you walk into the clubhouse, immediately to your right, you'll go into the restaurant and bar, which have the most amazing views looking out over the river and the golf course and the croquet lawns and the bocce ball and the absolutely beautiful natural scenery. And just outside of the restaurant is this fire pit overlooking the golf course and the river. Here you can see the back of the clubhouse, and it's looking out over the swimming pool, the croquet lawns, the bocce ball, the golf course, and of course, the river. And this is just a little area that you can order snacks and food right by the pool at the clubhouse and near the tennis facilities. The tennis facility offers 8 Hartrue tennis courts. Several of them are lit, and tennis is an additional fee at Dataw Island. They have unlimited tennis packages, and they also have court time packages, so you can buy the exact amount of court times to suit your own personal needs. So if you watch any of my other videos, you'll know that I love pickleball. And the only thing better than pickleball is pickleball with a breathtaking view. All right, so we should probably talk a little more about golf. This is the practice facility area. Again, golf is optional in this neighborhood. If you do choose to play golf, there's no huge sign-up fee like there are at a lot of clubs. You can choose an unlimited golf package, you can have the restricted package, or you can even buy 10, 20, 30, or 40 rounds per year. Basically, whatever works for you. And no luxury golf course community would be complete without its own pro shop. So you can get hats and gear and clubs and bags and shirts and shoes and everything else you need to perform your best out on the golf course.
All right, so we are going to take a look at another community dock. I think this is number 3. And behind me here, you can actually see it's right next to one of the greens on this golf course overlooking the river and the marsh. And there's also some more historical ruins right behind me. But we're gonna walk over this way, and we are going to look at this community dock right across from what they call the Bluff Villas. So these are the Bluff Villas behind me. And if you can't tell, I actually stopped into the pro shop in between the last little video segment and this one, and I picked up this Dataw Island hat just because I thought it was super cool. So anyway, if you come here, you can get some swag too. But let's take a walk down this dock, and I'm sure there's going to be yet another stunning vista to look at. And I really love these huge oak trees just draping over the dock and hanging over the water here. I think this is just oozing with southern charm and mystique. But let's walk out to this dock. Let's take a look. It is low tide, so you're going to get a really good view of all of these oyster beds out here. So if this were high tide, all of these oyster beds would actually be underwater, but because it's low tide, you're seeing all the pluff mud and you're seeing the oyster beds. And if you've ever watched my boating video, I talk a lot about how it can be a little bit hazardous to go boating here in the South Carolina low country if you've never done it before, because you can't see those oyster beds under the water, and if you're running at full speed and you hit an oyster bed, it's not good for you or your boat. But they've got a floating dock here, and as you can see, it's way down right now. It'll probably come up another 6 or 8 feet when the tide comes up. But if you look out behind me, you'll see all these incredible oyster beds. And having oyster roasts and eating oysters, it's a huge part of the South Carolina low country. I love them. When I go to an oyster roast, unfortunately, my manners go out the window, because if there's nobody else standing at the table eating oysters, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna eat more than my share. I just can't help it, I love them. Over here, you can see they've got a pole set up for probably an osprey nest, or it could even be like a nest for the bald eagles that you'll find around here sometimes. And off in the distance over there, you'll see even more of the golf course as it wraps around the river. So let's keep moving on.
All right, so I've shown you some of the incredible lifestyle. It's probably about time I tell you how much it costs to live in this neighborhood. The initiation fee is $38,000 right now, and they have some other miscellaneous yearly fees, but they all add up to about $8,204 per year, and that could possibly be going up a little bit in the following year. But again, quite a bit of bang for your buck for this lifestyle.
All right, behind me here is the Dataw Island Community Center. This is home to the fitness center. They also have on-site physical therapists, massage. They have massage rooms. They actually have a really great gym. They have an indoor lap pool and an indoor heated spa. So lots of really great amenities in here. I'll take the camera in, show you around a little bit so you can get a little better feel for it. All right, now I'm down by the Marina and the Waterfront here within Dataw Island, and I'm gonna walk you around and show you all of the facilities and all of the amenities down on the waterfront.
Now down at the waterfront, they have a full service marina called Dataw Island Marina. They offer wet slips that are available monthly, or you can buy it 6 months, or you can buy an annual lease. They have yard storage, they have dry stacks, they have haul outs. They actually offer electricity down on the dock. So again, if you're a boater, it doesn't get much better than this, and I won't go into all the fees because those fees can change on an annual basis, but definitely you can go to datawmarina.com if you want more information about the rates at the marina.
All right, so before we move on, I had to stop for lunch, and I'm down here at the Morgan River Grill down at the marina, and I ordered the shrimp and grits, which looks absolutely incredible. So I'll get back with you after lunch and we'll continue the tour. All right, now that we have looked at the lifestyle and the amenities, let's do like we always do. Let's jump in the car, drive around, look at some houses so you get a feel for the neighborhood a little bit better.
Now, as we're looking at these beautiful homes, I thought this was a good time to talk about a couple of things. One is all the different clubs and organizations that you could be a member of in Dataw Island. There's well over 100 clubs that you can join, anything from backgammon to the chess club, to the knitters club, to the music club, to the Jersey Girls, to the Island Friends, to the Scrabble club, the social club, to the orchestra. It goes on and on and on.
All right, I hope you enjoyed driving around and touring some of the homes and some of the neighborhood. Now, before we jump into my computer and look at some of the numbers and some of the data, I had to take a little bit of a detour here. So many times when people are exploring neighborhoods or communities, they want to know, how far am I from the beach? So I took a drive over here to Hunting Island State Park, and this is one of the most beautiful, the most picturesque, the most scenic, and the most private beaches I've ever been to. And it is so beautiful out here, and it's only about 15 minutes from Dataw Island. And from speaking with some of the folks that bought and live in Dataw Island, they told me that was one of the big factors when deciding to live on Dataw Island, was they wanted to be close to the beach. So here on Hunting Island State Park, you are only 15 minutes from Dataw, and I mean, look at this. What more could you ask for?
Right, so now we are inside my computer and we're going to take a look at Dataw Island, the real estate market, and the numbers, just to get you a better feel for what's going on here. So first I want to show you where Dataw Island is at. So this is historic downtown Beaufort right here. That is all the shops on Bay Street. I've done some videos about that. This is Bay Street right here. And just to put it all in a little bit bigger perspective, right over here is Hilton Head Island. And across the bridge over here is Bluffton. I've made a ton of videos about that. And then if you come across 170 Bridge and you come through Beaufort and you go out here onto Ladies Island and then out onto St. Helena Island, right off of that is access to Dataw Island. All right, so Dataw Island again is private island, and right now it looks like there are about 12 homes for sale, and they've got a really nice little stats button on the MLS here. So 12 homes for sale, and it looks like an average of 3.2 bedrooms, 2.6 bath, an average of 2,495 square feet, and an average listing price of $375 and they've been sitting on the market for an average of about 49 days. All right, so that is what is currently on the market. So that gives you an idea for pricing. Now, the most expensive house on the market right now is $1.95 million. So let's edit this a little bit and let's go to what has actually closed, because that in real estate, we know that's actually what matters. People can want what they want, but what they get is what matters. So here are all the sold properties in blue, and it looks like there were 68 homes sold. Actually, let's adjust this a little bit with price because there's a couple of rentals in there and we don't want those. All right, so 63 properties have sold on Dataw Island, and let's look at the stats on this one. So Again, the average sold is about 3.1 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2,360 square feet. The original list price, 664,921. The sold list price or sold price is 634,149, which means that they're selling for about 97.77% of asking price. And they're selling for about $268 per square foot. So that kind of gives you an idea. And looks like it's taken them about 93 days to get these houses sold. So again, average price in here is 634,149. But let's just see what the most expensive home that has sold in here is, because I love to look at that. Most expensive home last year was $1.32 million, and just a couple homes over $1 million, but a lot of homes in the 7s and 8s and 6s. So quite a bit of options. Now, if you wanted to build your own home, let's look at land and let's see what we have for land. All right, so on Dataw Island right now, looks like we have 25 lots for sale. And let's look at the stats on these. It looks like the average listing price on a lot is $81,922. And we've got a range here. So let's sort them by price. So least expensive lot on Dataw Island right now is $9,950. And they go up into the 20s very quickly. You've got some in the 30s, some in the 80s, 90s, and it looks like there's one for 200, and the most expensive one is $899,000. We got to look at that because I like to see what the best of the best is. So it looks like you get a private dock out on the point. Pretty beautiful. Could you imagine living out on the point and having your own private dock? And yeah, it's about 1/3 of an acre, 0.36. So, all right, that just gives you an idea. Now let's go to what has actually closed in the past year for lots and land. And it looks like in the past year, they have sold 12 lots. And let's look at the price. So the least expensive lot is $15,000, several in the 20s, a couple in the 30s, and a couple in the hundreds. And it looks like the most expensive lot that has sold in the past year was $650,000. Let's take a peek at it and see what you get for $650,000. So it's a shared dock. That looks gorgeous. All right, let's look at the stats on the sold just to give you an idea. So like we said, there was 12 sold, and the average original list price on these properties was $111,292. The average sold price is $97,041, and that brings the list price to sale price ratio to 81.79%. Now, averages can be a little off because we do have these outliers here. 650,000 definitely brings the average way up. So I think sometimes when you're looking at these, the median price point is probably a little more accurate. So the median list price was $29,500. The sold price $24,500. And the ratio on that one is still 81.63. So it looks like there's a little bit of negotiation room on the lots. And again, if you do buy a lot, you're probably going to spend, it looks like median wise, about $25,000. And if you need help picking out a builder, I have lots of contacts for custom home builders that I can put you in touch with. So anyway, hope you enjoyed just taking a quick peek at the stats and the numbers and the market for Dataw Island.
Thank you so much for staying till the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something about Dataw Island and maybe inspired you to come visit Dataw Island. My name is David Simcox, host of the channel here, and of course, local realtor. If I can help you find your low country lifestyle, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or book a Zoom call, all in the description below. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest happening here in the South Carolina low country, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know every time we drop a new video. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope to see you hopefully in person at some point, or at least I'll see you on the next video.